Lily, you gotta throw it.
The apple tart.
Don't kill the guest. We make a lot of food on this show, but you out there, you have no idea if it's good or not. You don't have the Emeril Lagasse smell-o-vision, you certainly don't have taste-o-vision, and sure, you can see my coworkers eat it, but they might be lying to you. So that is why I'm putting myself to the ultimate taste. You've seen me cook for food critics, you've seen me cook for culinary instructors, but today I'm cooking for one of the top chefs in Los Angeles. She was an actual Top Chef finalist. She's been all over the Food Network, and she is a bona fide actual chef, which makes me incredibly nervous. So everybody welcome Chef Shirley Chung. Champ is here, Champ is here.
Yay, I got it.
Shirley, you have an awesome restaurant in Los Angeles, Miss Chi. I go there all the time. I actually order takeout there all the time too. The takeout service is really good.
It's the best, because dumplings and noodles, what else is better?
I agree with that entirely. I basically want to drink the soup dumpling liquid with a straw. No, so I'm gonna cook for you using our secret ingredient today that we got off of a 7-Eleven shelf actually.
Oh.
Yeah, does that change?
I almost know.
Wait, what's your guess?
Pringles.
Pringles!
Salt and vinegar, my least favorite flavor. But
Oh, this is gonna be off to such a bad start today. But don't you think that a chef can make any ingredient taste good?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did the up talk you went. Yeah.
I mean, I can. I don't know. Like,
That's
you?
fair. No,
I can. Like, for sure, I can make that taste really good.
I guess we're about to find out. All right, Shirley, we'll see if I have the chops right now. You go sit down. We'll get do we have sparkling? No, just tap. Yeah, we just have tap water. But service will bring you some tap water. I'm gonna get to cooking.
I'll probably need a lot of water.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Shirley Chung. I'm the chef owner of Miss Chi Cafe in Culver City. I'm also the dumpling queen of Los Angeles. Pringles. I am not a real super big fan of Pringles. I prefer real potato chips, but my husband loves cheddar Pringles, so we always have them in my house.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't normally get nervous, but that's because we've been cooking for critics, a culinary school teacher. I have nothing but disdain for both criticism and authority, but this is Chef Shirley Chung. This is like a real life chef on the cutting edge of the LA restaurant scene, and I gotta make her a 3-course meal using Pringles. So we're really gonna try and follow one classic French course progression. You know how we do. We're gonna start really light and bright, and I wanna keep the crispiness of the Pringles. So, we're going with some uni and some caviar. If you ever want to impress somebody, throw a bunch of expensive ingredients that you bought on a company credit card. Sorry, Rhett and Link, that's my bad. We're gonna use the salt and vinegar Pringles. Gotta give a taste test. Always taste your ingredients. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Y'all know what's coming. Come on. No, you're gonna be so blown away by this. Oh yeah. All right, salt and vinegar Pringles. We're using this because we're gonna get some of that nice acid, and we're pairing it with seafood. Seafood and acid always go well together. We're using some uni, which has a lot of that fatty creaminess to it. So we want to cut this. We're also gonna be making a salt and vinegar foam. I know what you're saying, Josh. You always learn from your mistakes. Last time you tried a foam, it was gross, and you sprayed it all over Memo Torres's face. I do agree with that. Ooh, we're adding some baking powder in here. But I think this time it's gonna be different. We're making something called a gnocco frito. This comes from the Emilia-Romagna region. It's this like really beautiful fried crispy dough pocket, and we're gonna top that. It's typically served with charcuterie and whatnot. Some mortadella, some gabagool, some sopressat, you know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna put the uni and the caviar on top of this. I think it's gonna be really nice. Get that crispy potato. It's gonna kind of mimic a Pringle. So we're gonna blend this up, make a nice dough. Right? Ah! All right, so Pringles are effectively, they're not a potato chip technically, they're a potato crisp, and I believe that's how the government classifies them. They're made of pulverized dehydrated potato that is then reformed. So that means it's effectively pure potato starch. And so when you use that potato starch to form this dough, it's starch and oil. So we don't need to add any supplemental fat to this, but I am gonna add a bit of milk and a bit of water. I'm gonna reserve some of this. We're just trying to make a dough. We're gonna hydrate it, we're gonna let it sit, and we're gonna roll it out, give it a little deep fry. All right, we got a nice, this is a nice plasticine dough. This is good, it's gonna hydrate, it's gonna firm up. We're gonna roll it out with a little bit. And one mixtape towards Big in my childhood. We're gonna roll this out, and then we're gonna punch it into coins, and we're gonna fry it. We have our gnocco frito dough rolled out. As you see, it's a dough. I said I was gonna cut it in circles, but I lied right to your face. I am a compulsive liar. And I'm just gonna punch this into squares. Squares are elegant, circles are profane. There we go, lovely. And we're gonna fry these off, and then we gotta start making this salt and vinegar foam, which, you know what? Okay, the only foam that I've had in like a fancy schmancy restaurant that actually tasted good was what they called a sea salt foam, and it was on top of pickled oysters. So that's what, shout out Chef Kevin Meehan of Cali. I know you're watching this. He's probably not, but that's kind of what I'm taking inspiration from. A chef shouldn't have to say this, but I do. I would like this to actually taste good. I'm gonna drop in these little squares. I'm gonna try and get some agitation on them. I actually rolled out the dough really thin and then folded it over on itself so we can get some rise on it, because it's mostly potato. We're kind of, I said gnocco frito. We're also trying to get inspiration from pomme souffle. And so now I'm just gonna jiggle this pan with one hand, and then check this out, multitasking. Big time. I got 200, oh no. I have 200 grams of white vinegar right here. We are going to add a hefty pinch of salt. Lovely. And then we're taking 4 grams of soy lecithin. So this is it's like a protein kind of thing that is going to actually get this to set up into a nice foam. Typically people use a 0.5 to 1% solution. I'm using 2% because why not? Then we add an egg white in there, because if you're trying to make foam, listen, I make a lot of cocktails at home. It's not like a problem. It's only a problem if you make it a problem. But egg white, great way to add foam. The vinegar is gonna help that egg white set. So I'm gonna turn this on. Let that rip roar a little bit. Lovely, we're gonna flip these. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. That's looking gorgeous right there. That looks gross. Oh no. Oh, it's splurging everywhere. Oh no. As long as it doesn't get in the hair, I'm fine, am I right? Gross. See where we're at in this foam. Lovely, that's looking pretty good. You see it? It looks like dogs, it looks like dog slobber, like a rabid dog, like Cujo. Like Cujo is really coming at you and you're that little kid trapped in the car. Tastes like vinegar, I like that. Gnocco frito, pomme souffle, whatever the hell I called it, I don't know anymore. Little crispy Prinky squares. They're looking crispy. We're gonna hit them with a little bit of salt, not too much, because we are getting that foam on there. Literally none of the salt granules even stuck to it. They just bounced off like a BB gun shooting at a tank. All right, cool. We got our foam, we got our crispy squares. All we gotta do is, oh, gross. I gotta wash.
When I think about Pringles, all I can think about is I need some caviar, and especially the sour cream flavors. Caviar, some creme fraiche, because I'm fancy, a little bit of fresh chive. This Pringles is gonna be super delicious.
All right, chef, for our first course, we always offer a little amuse here, something to tease the palate.
Okay.
So we have a salt and vinegar Pringle gnocco frito, some lovely Santa Barbara uni on top, and then a salt and vinegar foam with royal golden Osetra caviar. You said you wanted caviar, we got you caviar.
Oh, uni and caviar. It's like literally,
Yes.
you're like, okay.
What do you feel about the foam?
Like you needed that acid, so it's doing its trip. I have to taste the whole thing. I'm not going to.
Yeah, it looked a little bit more like a dog threw up than I wanted to.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Thanks. Warm. The gnocco frito is salt and vinegar as well?
Yeah, there are salt and vinegar Pringles blended into the dough, but we wanted the vinegar foam to stand separately on top and add the acid. Oh no!
The only vinegar is from the chip, really?
In the actual chip itself, yeah.
What about the foam?
Oh no, so the foam, it's straight, it's almost entirely vinegar.
Right, got it. I taste it.
It's meant to be eaten in one bite.
It doesn't go away.
That's
The gnocco frito doesn't go away. Like I can't swallow it. It does not go down.
Oh no.
The caviar, the foam, the uni already slide down. The gnocco frito just stay in my mouth. It wouldn't go down. It's like still here. You can hear it?
But that's good, right? So that it like reminds you that the rest of the dish was once there. It's like a poem.
Oh yeah.
It may have been a little denser than I wanted it to be.
It's still here.
Where's the tap water? Get her the Burbank tap
What
water.
a palate opener. It's open. You know, the vinegary foam, it was very vinegary, very high acid when I tasted it by itself. But when everything combined together, the lightness it really helped to wash down the really richness of uni and caviar. So that left me with a full mouth of your vinegar, gnocco Frito that does not want to go down. So caviar and uni already gone. It's still here.
Yeah.
The palette really stayed. I don't know, like, is this what you want? Like, open the palette, set up for the
No,
next
Shirley,
course?
it wasn't what I wanted. Did I want the gnocco frito to choke you? No, I didn't.
The uni and the caviar was very nice.
We cooked none of that.
It was very nice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think a good chef is really to be able, for me, I think at least, not necessarily always use luxury items, but be able to cook from nose to tail using every single ingredient, no food waste, and then still make them delicious and luxurious. It doesn't matter what kind of ingredient they're at you.
Sour cream and onion Pringles, top 3 Pringle flavor. After, what, they got the hot ones flavors? Where was the mythical flavors? Pringles, what's going on? Okay, cool, we got the flavor profile down. So, we're doing, oh, so much MSG, I love it. So we're playing on a classic French fine dining dish that is a potato scaled fish, where you would thinly shave potatoes, cut them into scales, put them on top of fish, except we ain't using no real potatoes, we're using Pringles that we mashed up into a little dough that I'm now going to roll out. Beautiful, beautiful. You get a lot of flour on here, love that. Make a nice, very thin, ooh, this dough is supple. This dough is like a Titian painting come to life. Titian famously painted very supple women. Now it sounds creepy as hell. All right, well, Titian was creepy, I wasn't creepy, you know. Anyways, I don't know. So we're gonna roll this out. We're gonna cut real thin little scales out of it. And we got some trout here. So trout, I happen to love river fish. It tastes a little dirty. Fudge me, man, I'm so dumb. That's fine, this is okay. This is totally okay. No, this is rad for me. Good news, I rolled out the dough. Now watch as I try and do an actual culinary thing. We have this trout right here. We're gonna try and take off the skin. Trout, very, very thin fillets, so you need to have a very steady hand, which I do. Come on, who believes in Josh? There we go. And now you just jimmy, you jimmy it. Okay, hold on. I feel comfortable with my hand right on top of the knife. Come on, Josh. Wait. Ah! There's an old adage in sports where you do something and they say, act like you've been here before. I will not. Every day you get out of bed, that's a victory, damn it. All right, every day you do a basic task. Oh, you brushed your teeth, good for you. Okay, so we got this fish. I'm cutting like a little square or something. Make it look fancy, make it like small, like tiny portions, really fancy. So that's what we're gonna try and do. Also, we have a really dumb plate that like, the plate's like this big and there's only like this, you'll see, it's super dumb. All right, cool. And then we're gonna cut off here and square it off. There we go. Yeah, look at that, nice little rectangle. We're gonna flip this and now gonna give it a light little dusting of salt. And now we're gonna punch out our little scales and we're gonna individually add them to our fish. 1. Put all the scales on the fish. Now we gotta cook the fish. So what we're doing, we're actually gonna be cooking it directly on parchment so the scales keep a perfectly uniform distribution there. And then it's actually gonna heat through the parchment. Parchment is completely heat safe. And then it's still gonna get crispy through it. And then we're just gonna baste the top with butter so ain't nothing to it. You just kinda do that, give it a little sploopy sploop. This is a fish spatula. If I'm being honest, I never use this. I use my egg spatula for my fish at home, but we have it because we thought it looked cool, made me look more like a chef. Like one of those pictures where you're like, it's like, oh my God, is that Curtis Stein? All right, cool, fish, that's there. Other things, sometimes dishes have multiple parts, and this one certainly. So what we got here, we got this lovely little Pringles sour cream and onion beurre blanc. We simply took white wine and butter, and then we emulsified that using Pringles. We found out today that Pringles just make a hell of a thickener for a sauce, which is pretty cool. And that's something you don't learn in the whole fine dining world. That's nice. We had a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of buttermilk powder in there to sort of give it that sour cream and onion vibe. We're gonna finish it with some chives. But for now, we're gonna let this fish cook super slowly. I'm gonna drop a little bit of butter in there, start basting her up. The fish is cooking ever so slowly, but what we're gonna do, we're cooking this unilaterally, which means we're only cooking the fish on one side. This is really easy to do, especially with thin white fish. Never flip it. What we are gonna do is baste it with the hot butter. Then the hot butter is actually going to cook the top of this fish. Yeah, you see it's getting nice and translucent around there, but still this side is nice and pink. You don't wanna leave trout like a medium rare because you can get, I was gonna say worm, but that's not the name of a parasite. What's a good parasite? Hookworm, ringworm, that's what all the wrestlers got in high school. So trout you always wanna cook all the way through, but that doesn't mean you have to hammer it and overcook it. You can still cook it gently all the way through. So we're gonna finish basting this, we're gonna finish master basting this with butter, and then we're gonna pull it out, we're gonna plate it up, and it's on to dessert, baby. Lovely.
Before I became a chef, my hobby was cooking, so I was also a home cook, like can I say hardcore? Like also a hardcore home cook, and then I turned my hobby into my career. So I think I have a lot to say. I have a lot of really good points when it comes to food judging.
Chef Shirley, for your entree, what is fancier than a comically large plate with a tiny portion?
I was going to say, look at all this negative space.
So we have done a potato scale fish, except the potato scales are actually made from a dough of the sour cream and onion Pringles. Then we have a sour cream and onion beurre blanc that is actually thickened with Pringle itself, and some burnt onion petals. And the fish is trout.
I mean, like the presentation-wise, this is beautiful.
Thanks.
Hey, I did a version of the fish scale with baby zucchini before, so I'm not
Great
like I'm down with this presentation. What I'm trying to say is, I don't hate it.
That's big, that's huge. That's almost the best compliment that we get here.
I really don't hate it. Wow. I think in this application, Pringle really makes sense. A lot of times, a real potato chips will get soggy right away, and Pringle really stay still crunchy.
Yeah. That's what we tried, and then we cooked the fish unilaterally on the scales and just basted it with some brown butter. And then the beurre blanc itself, one emulsified with Pringles, but we also added some buttermilk powder and chive to give that sour cream and onion flavor in there.
Also, this is the sour cream and onion.
Yes.
No wonder. This is my favorite flavor
We got you,
of
we got
Pringle.
you.
No wonder I'm like, hey, I'm really down with this flavor. If we have the last Pringle of the salt and vinegar one, and you grind that into a powder to make that as a finishing salt.
That would have been good.
Yeah. I mean, like, I approve. Like, this is like, I'm impressed. Seriously.
Thank you.
This is good. I mean, it's crazy, but then this is a lot of technique that you have to put a scale on properly. I can taste the acid in your beurre blanc. The beurre blanc is very well emulsified. It's not broken at all, and then it's great consistency sauce.
That's because the Pringles that we blended in there.
Yeah, stable. Wow, look at that. It's really stable.
All the chemicals from the factory.
And then the chive, it was minced very nicely. Every single little circle is perfect. That means your knife is sharp, and the portion and the plating.
No, this is the squad.
I mean,
it takes a village,
no,
everybody. It takes
like,
a village.
I think in this application, you use Pringle really well because making the scale is like, this is good.
Do you think
Good
you're ready for a
job.
Pringles dessert?
Now you're like set the bar really high now. I don't know. Dessert should be easy, like sweet and savory. Like for me, I think dessert is really easy because it's played with texture. And then now, I mean, like the first time I was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. But this, you like set your bar high.
Heck yeah. All right, let's disappoint her, huh?
I think the most misunderstood thing about the restaurant world is everybody think this is super glamorous. No, it's not. Most of the time, restaurant is really just to work really long hours, and how do we make money, and how do we sort of keep our team still excited. So running a restaurant, there's a lot of business element that's not very glamorous at all. So I think cooking is a lot more fun. Running a restaurant is a lot less fun.
Hey Josh, I brought you a Christmas present.
Wow, what a thing for a Jew to receive. Thank you so much, Pete. But the good news is that we have gift bags for Jews, Christians, and then every other religion as well over at mythical.com. For whatever winter holiday you're celebrating, mythical.com. You got gifts, we got bags. All right, dessert is a thing that many meals end with, and ours certainly included in that. So we're making an apple tart tatin. It's actually one of my favorite dishes in the entire world. It is very, very French. What you do is you take the apples, you put them in some caramel, you put a dough over the top, and then you bake that fully in the skillet the apples are cooked in. It's gonna get like a nice sugary crust on the outside. So I have some simple caramel cooking right here. I'm gonna deglaze that with butter and cook some apples in it. But we also gotta make a nice little sauce. We're using cheddar and sour cream Pringles. I lied. Someone throw me a can of Pringles. We're using cheddar and sour cream Pringles because, woo, nice. Because cheddar and apples are a pretty classic combination, and so I'm gonna thicken up a nice little, I don't know, like a pastry cream kind of sauce, almost like a creme anglaise, except it's like a creme Pringles. Dude, you know why I don't like puns? Because I'm terrible at them. So we have some warmed milk right here. That's gonna soak up the Pringles. Lovely, we're gonna add a little bit of sugar to that. And then we're almost gonna do, it's like a ganache a little bit because we're adding some chocolate to it. The Vitamix is actually going to heat this as it cooks, and then the Pringles are going to just blend it to a lovely little sauce. Check on our caramel here. All right, caramel, nice burgundy color. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna drop a little bit of butter in there, and then slowly, we're gonna whisk in this butter to incorporate. There you go, caramel, the key to caramel. Some people are gonna say it's a temperature thing. No, you just gotta whisk through the pain, baby. That's the key, just keep whisking. You think your caramel's broken, keep whisking. Out, splash hot butter and molten sugar on yourself, that's pretty good. Lovely, so we're not adding any sort of liquid, no milk to this caramel because we want this to actually be solid, so it's all just fat and sugar. Hell yes. All right, yeah. So we got the caramel, the glaze of the butter right there. Now we're gonna add in big ol' apple chunks. We're just doing quarters right here. There we go. We're gonna cook these whole apple chunks down in the caramel, and then as the apple chunks actually release liquid into the caramel, it's going to cool down. So again, you just gotta keep whisking through the pain. There we go, it's pretty hot. All right, well, maybe turn the pan down. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Screw it, whatever, that's there, that's happening. We're gonna take the sauce and blend this up. Oh, we got it high, no, there you go. There you go. Turn it to high. That'll probably figure itself out. Caramel's going. Apples are cooking. This is looking good. Give me a sec. Sauce is done. Apples are nice and coated in the caramel. Like I said, we're gonna wait. Hold on, check this out. We made like a cheddar little like tart dough thing. I'm pretty proud of it because it's pretty dumb. We put real cheddar cheese in there along with, but we also made the base out of cheddar and sour cream Pringles. So what I'm gonna do now. Screw it, send it. There it is. All right, cool. So you put this on top. You can take your caramel spoon. You can kind of, nope, don't poke holes in it. We're gonna mash the crust down into the bottom. It's a rustic tart, if we're being honest. You know what I mean? Invented at the Tatin Hotel, actually, by the Tatin sisters. That's a fun little fact, because I was Googling, I was like, what does Tatin mean? I hope it's not like a vulgar French word. Nope, just some lovely sisters in a hotel who want a nice little baked good. All right, yeah, kind of mash it out with your hands. Classic French technique. All right, we're gonna let this bake off. We're gonna top it with some ice cream, get some sauce on there. That's dessert.
One of the most memorable meal I ever cooked was for my mom and for my sister, for my husband, on Top Chef Finale in Mexico. In Mexico, I wanted to cook Chinese cuisine, and even though it's hard to find ingredient, but it was during finale, so my mom got to have my menu. My menu was dedicated to love, so each courses was to sort of like a love letter to my journey. So there's a dish dedicated to my mom, and then to my family, and then to the journey that we come into America. The best part is, at the end of the meal, my mom asked my sister how to say "I'm very proud of you" in English. And then she said it on camera, so it was a very touchy moment. And then off the camera, she just said, "Okay, great, so now we're on TV now. You don't have to be a chef anymore, right? You can just be a movie star." So yes, that was the most memorable meal that I ever cooked. It was for my mom.
All right, chef, for dessert, we have your husband's favorite flavor. This is my homage to your husband. This is a cheddar and sour cream Pringle apple tarte tatin with a cheddar ice cream on top. So we have actual cheddar blended in the crust along with a lot of the cheddar Pringles, and then a pretty simple caramelized apple tarte tatin. You should have that crusty brulee on top, and then a little bit of cheddar and sour cream white chocolate sauce in the bottom.
Cheddar, sour cream, white chocolate. Okay.
Yeah. So again, Pringles blended in. Turns out they blend in really well to a sauce.
This is delicious.
Let's go.
Like, well, I haven't get to the apple tart part yet, but then the ice cream is really good. The velvety texture is like gelato texture.
Yeah.
It's really, really smooth.
Uh-oh.
This is weird.
Yeah, welcome to Mythical Kitchen.
It's like a very hard to describe. Slightly like the bottom of the fruitcake that been left over in the freezer for a really long time, and you defrost it, and then in the middle of the night, I accidentally ate a piece. So it's like sticky, kind of like sour, I don't know what, so perhaps fermented a little bit. And then I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but it needed more cheddar Pringle.
I can't believe you said that either.
Because I'm searching for the cheddar flavor. This is actually very easy fix. So if we just have some of the cheddar Pringle, like straight up.
Can someone throw us some cheddar Pringles?
Just give me some cheddar Pringles. Because right now, like I want a little bit more of the savory because you tell me cheddar Pringles, right? So the ice cream is really hitting the spot where
Lily, you gotta throw it.
The apple tart.
Don't kill the guest.
Just give me a little bit more. Like I just needed a little bit more texture. Just that, right? Hold on. Let me taste now. Okay. That's it.
That's what you're a chef.
That's it. No, seriously. Like,
All
right. Crunch.
Wait,
Crunch.
I eat that. You have to put this in your mouth like it's a duck's bill.
Right.
All right. Oh. It is so much better with the fresh. You're right. No, it is. You get the fresh salt on top, and then you're like keeping the Pringles flavor. Love little crunch.
Because everything else is lovely. The crust is a little weird.
No.
So you just need to reinforce it with a little bit more fresh cheddar sprinkle on top to add that extra different crunchiness and also extra salt. Complete dessert. Complete.
You're completely right. Chef, thank you for the notes. I appreciate it. Overall, how was your meal today?
Surprisingly, very edible.
You were telling me that you believed in me, but you didn't the whole time.
I believe in you. But I think one thing that you can really tell is how much I ate.
Yes.
I see how sincere I am. Look at my plate. Like I almost finished the whole plate.
I love that. I mean, honestly, it is a huge honor to have you. And I have to ask you again, now that you have completed your meal, how many weeks into a Top Chef season do you think I could make it before I got cut?
You know, if you can make your fish, like that's the way that you do your elimination challenge, perhaps you can make it 3 weeks.
I'll take that. 3 weeks, that's enough to build an Instagram following and then jump over to OnlyFans. Shirley, thank you so much for dining with us today. Thank you for the sincere and honest criticism and praise. I mean, really, it does mean a lot. From somebody who I've been to your restaurant a ton. Check out Miss Chi Cafe, Culver City. Order from Gold Belly, it's delicious. But really, I mean, this is an absolute honor.
No, thank you for having me. It was so much fun.
Of course.
I'm like wearing Pringles now, but I'm good.
All right, we got Shirley's social links in the description. Go follow her, she rules. Thanks again to Shirley. Thanks to the whole squad. Y'all crushed this meal. And thank you all for stopping by the Mythical Kitchen. We got new episodes for you every week. New episodes of our podcast every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. Hit us up at Mythical Kitchen on all the social media things. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, all that. Are you liked and subscribed?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm liked and subscribed already. You guys.
Pull out your phone. I want to see. Hey, you! Cook up your own feast while wearing the Mythical Kitchen apron. Available now at mythical.com.